Chris Walsh as well. But and then that paved the way into Graham Murray sort of taking over as the coach, and then we started to see a bit of a success in the early 90s.
How do you feel about what you achieved in the game? Not just being from Gerringong, playing for the Illawarra Steelers, but then there's 22 Origins, there's 17 Test matches. How do you look back on the representative part of your career, what you achieved?
Yeah, I look back and to be honest, I feel like I overachieved. To be honest, I started my juniors. I was just a run-of-the-mill rugby league kid. Loved his footy. Was okay. I had a bit of pace and different things, but run up through the ranks, and I would have been really happy to play reserve grade or even a couple of first grades for Illawarra. It's a step-by-step process for me, and I got a bit of success, and it just kept on rolling forward. So you kept on putting the bar up a little bit further, and then before you know it, I'm thinking, wait up, representative footy may not be out of my reach. And then second year in NRL, I'm playing State of Origin and being coached by Jack Gibson. Unbelievable. So it really came quickly, but to be honest, it did come with some hard work and just a bit of confidence in your own ability, and I guess putting the bar up as high as you can and doing the best you can. So,
and these days, Origin's on such a huge pedestal and the television ratings and all of that, but for you, is the green and gold still the most cherished possession? Yeah, it is, yeah. Putting the green and gold on and representing your country, it's definitely the pinnacle. And I've heard people say that, Origin is the pinnacle, and it probably is in terms of hype behind, before the game and ability-wise, and it's just a tough game. But playing for Australia, nothing beats it. That is great words. Now, look, I do have to ask you about something in State of Origin, though, and I think you know it's coming. The name Martin Lang. Don't, Fossey. I have to. Yeah. I've got to go there. OK, sorry. I've got a question from a viewer. Ask Rod about Martin Lang. OK.
Langer. Walters. Rubbing kick. Wishart. Clean. Comfortable. Now he's away. Wishart. He's over the 40-metre line. Martin Lang is after him. Matt Singh runs him down. What about Martin Lang?
Well, I reckon he's one of the fastest rugby league players ever. Yeah. And but he was quick, and for a front rower too. He was like modern day front rower playing now. He was athletic, and I took off, and I'm thinking, I'm probably going to get there. I'm going to get there. Yes. And then I had Matt Singh on one side. I had Martin Lang on the other, and I'm thinking, no, I've got Martin Lang. I'll try and run away from Singh. Yep. But Martin Lang got closer and closer. Yes. I'm going to tell you, he didn't catch me. Singh got me. All right. Just wants the replay.
Okay. Okay. No, I'm going to say, with respect, does a week pass where someone doesn't ask you about that? Or you've been asked a few times over the years.
I try and erase it from memory, but it always gets brought up.
All those great moments. Well, let's talk about your favourite in all levels. First of all, your favourite moment for New South Wales.
I guess donning the blue jumper and running out at the football stadium. It was and hearing the roar, playing with so many fantastic players. Turning up to training was different because normal in respect to club players, but the passes were crisp, they were long, and everything was just that much faster. And I'm thinking, wow, this is Origin. And I was lucky enough to play quite a few of the Origin games, at 22 all up, and lucky enough to play with some fantastic coaches.
Your favourite moment then in the green and gold? Is there one single moment?
Yeah, winning the World Cup.
Australia give them a golden opportunity. Now for Johns, he rolls it into the end goal. There's a chance. They appeal for a try, the Australians. The touch judge thinks it's a try, and they give it. Australia gets the try.
It's Rod Wishart who scored the try.
There it is. There's the siren. It's all over. The World Cup remains with Australia and continues their domination of the event.
I'll talk about the last year in a moment, but your favourite moment as an Illawarra Steeler? There one?
there isn't just one. And it sounds a bit cliche, but just running out on Wynn Stadium in front of a Wynn Stadium, Steelers supporters behind you, it was fantastic. And it happened a lot for me, which I'm really grateful for, but I'll never forget those times just running out at Wynn Stadium.
Steelers fans everywhere right now crying. But now I do need to go to your last year because of circumstances, your final year is played for the St George Illawarra Dragons. That is your final year, but your last game is a grand final. I mean, it could have been the sweetest exclamation mark there could be. We could be talking about Rod Wishart, grand final winner last game. How do you look back on the very last year and last game?
It is what it is. It was a different year for me, and merging together with St George was difficult. We did it, and it took a while for us to get our first win, to be honest. Making a grand final, probably halfway through the season, we probably didn't think we'd get there, but we combined quite well. We got the job. We just scraped into the top 8. Eventually make the grand final, and it could have been a real fairy tale for me. But it's the roll of the dice, and that's the way it goes, and it is what it is, mate.
Were you content then to retire on that note?
Yeah, I'd generally made a decision that's what I wanted to do. I probably had a year to go physically, and I looked at different options. I looked at going over to England. We had 4 little kids, and they were all under, well, at that stage they're under 5, but we had 4 under 4. And then I looked at maybe an option playing rugby union with the Brumbies. Yeah, I looked at doing a few different things, but in the end, I had a few injuries. The hamstring just kept on reoccurring, and I think in the end I was quite content to finish where I did.
So you can still walk back. You're back home. You're in Gerringong. You come to this ground, and it all comes back to you. Do you often just come up to this ground?
I was here last weekend watching the Gerringong Lions have another victory, and they've got a very unique situation here with Gerringong. They've got a successful team. Mick Cronin coached for countless years.
Yeah.
He only finished last year. And,
down the hill.
And it is unique. Everyone gets together. It's an experience. And you said it before, Vossi, this is a fantastic place to be. And this is where it all started for me, mate. And you never forget your roots. And I've never left the town. There's some great people. As I say, it's a unique town. We love it, and I'm just glad to be here.
I reckon one of our favourite ever guests in the fold-out chair, Rod Wishart. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, Vossi. Good on you, mate.
Rod Wishart.